Dan here, DD Vent Shop. Man, it is hot out. Anyway, so the Camaro is still here. It is short for this world, in my driveway anyways. I made a deal on it yesterday, and the guy actually wanted to pick it up late last night, 8:30, 9 o'clock, and I was like, you know what? We'll do it tomorrow, which is today. So anyway, there's a few things I wanted to talk about with this fine hot rod. So I put it for sale now. Truth Tree will be 100% honest with this. I listed this thing for $16,000 Canadian, and I thought that was right on the money. I did a bunch of research looking around. It is very hard to find a car in this shape, we'll call it, where it does have this car, when like potential should be the name of this car. You know what I mean? Like, it has so much of it, but it does need a lot of work. And the garage is actually empty right now. But that 57 Chevrolet two-door hardtop's been being worked on in there with those two guys from the East Coast there. And they're going through it and stuff. And the same thing, potential out the wazoo, but it's not a driver to drive all the way across.
It is now for them.
They put a few days of work in it, and they're on a test drive right now, actually. So we thought we'd sneak in their little filling area, do a little work. But that's how I see it, potential. You can see what it could be. This thing just looks cool in the driveway, as far as I'm concerned. It's it's not scrap, it's not rotten. It's also not a daily driver that's fancy and all that sort of stuff. The guy that's ended up purchasing it is talking about a 6.2 LS and a few things like that, which honestly is perfect for this. It needs, at this point now, it needs money thrown at it. And we're time rich, money poor. But that being said, so I put it up for sale, and a few things happened, and I thought I would just kind of talk about it. So we put it up for 16 grand, and I put it up on Marketplace, and then I typically what I do is, so we're in Manitoba, beside us is Saskatchewan, Alberta, and then BC, and that takes us right to the coast. And I list it from Manitoba west. A lot of the cars that have been sold have gone west. It seems like that's where the money is. That's where people understand, maybe put a few miles on to get stuff. Typically, and I'm not saying this about the guy who bought the car, but typically Manitoba is a little on the cheaper side. And we kind of go from there. Actually,
Manitoba likes to haggle.
Everyone likes a deal. Oh, I hear him coming back, I think. We have to cut it short or go to the Studio B. But the guy actually, he didn't haggle. He said, yeah, I'll pay you, deposit, and he's coming today with certified check. So that is how I like doing business, and I appreciate that guy. If he's watching or whatever, that guy, easy to deal with. So far, he hasn't picked the car up yet. But I had a few people that offered me, are they coming down the street here? Sounds like two hot rods.
It looks like two hot rods.
Hold that thought. Man, it looks good though.
Turning signal. Ow!
All right, we'll be right back for the rest of my venting. Yeah. All right, we're back at it. Those guys are coming and going, but things are okay. Anyway, so like I said, the guy here was great. Now, a few things I've learned when it comes to buying and selling. Like I said, I sell stuff. A lot of it has gone west. Seems very common. A few people try and make that my problem, where I'm coming from Alberta, so let's work on the price. The price is irrelevant. The price is what the price is right here in my driveway. So I had a couple of guys. One guy says, hey, it looks good. If I give you a deposit, will you hold it till I get it figured out? And he was from Alberta. I said, that sounds okay. Can I get your phone number to talk to you? And he goes, I'm busy now. Try calling, but I might not answer or whatever. So I just went, let me know when you're free. I'm not chasing the guy down, right? And that's fine. And then, so he did, I listed it 8 o'clock in the morning. He didn't send me a message back to about 8 o'clock at night. And at that point, the car was sold. And he's like, oh, well, that's unfortunate. Well, make time. I mean, all I needed was a 5-minute phone call to feel the guy out, and then, here's my email address, shoot me $500, and ba-boom, the car's yours. The other guy, who was I was going back and forth with, he was interested, asked some questions, this and that. We're all fine. We take 14 grand. Nah, I said I'm not doing that. I said, so it's first day, and he was out of town. I gotta travel. I gotta get a trailer. I gotta hassle. I get it. That's life.
We've been there.
I'm there all the time. Half the cars I've got have been from far away. And
Like this Camaro.
and to be honest, I have now taken that, yeah, this Camaro, it came from 10 hours away and all sorts of stuff. But I've now taken that and gone the other way, where if a car is local and I think it's a fair price, I almost don't even haggle. It just makes life easier, because this car could have been in Tennessee.
Like the Chevelle.
Yeah.
Great example.
Yeah, it was very close. It was the right price. You know, you think, oh, I'm going to make $500 in my pocket. Just buy it. But anyway, so that guy, 14 grand. I said, no, thank you, sorry. He goes, okay, well, how about 15 grand? I said, you know what? No, I'm talking to someone else right now. And he goes, oh, okay. And he says, well, let me know. And you know what? At that point, he made the choice to let it lie and see if, what was going to happen. The local guy sent a message. Yep, that's good. He was at work. I said, can I give you a call? He said, sure. Here's the deal, blah, blah, blah. He says, yep, sounds like a good car. Asked a few questions. I'll take it. There's your money, $500 deposit. And he's coming. He actually wanted to get it that night, like I said, last night. But no, we're not doing it late at night. We'll do it the next day. And now he texted me this morning, he's coming to get it. I messaged the guy back in Alberta, and I said, hey, sorry, car's gone. He says, well, what if I pay full price? Well, that was the text message that you should have sent an hour ago, right? That's and no hard feelings about the guy or whatever. I'm just trying to, I've been there. I've said the old take it or leave it, left it, and now there you are, it's gone, right? That's kind of, such is life. But there you have it. I mean, that's kind of a, a little tidbit into buying cars. And the comment section is funny. It always comes around. So every time you put a car up for sale on Facebook, everybody tags their friend or does whatever. And I get a lot of DD Speed Shop comments and it's actually great. So a lot of people say, hey, they tag a video or say, look, there's a lot of work done to this, blah, blah, blah. Some people are a little negative here and there. The jealous people, that's fine. Actually, what happened was the guy, we don't really know him, but remember at Miles Mayhem, the guy was there with that Chevy truck and his daughter, and they were hot lapping the thing. Someone commented that guy to whatever, and he left a comment, I don't want no roadkill car or something. I'm not trying to start a YouTube channel or whatever. I'm like, oh, a-hole. Good for that guy, but whatever. So that's just kind of how it is. So I thought, I don't know if we're going to do anything else for this video. I got a few other things we can talk about, I'm sure, but buying and selling cars, actually, I got a few things to talk about these guys because they did a great job of it. But if you want something, I'm torn, because if you're iffy on it, I like to sleep on it, and the next day you wake up and you can get it. That being said, that happened with that 55 Chevrolet, and that didn't work out for me in the end. Sometimes you got to sleep on it and see if you still want it the next day. But other times, if you've been looking for a Camaro, and I've been looking for Camaros for a long time till these ones popped up, and not to mention, I look at every Camaro that comes up for sale now just because I'm trying to learn the pricing of stuff. As it turns out, obviously, if it sells in 3 hours, you probably priced it low, but such is life. Just trying to figure out what was available kind of in this shape, and there's no projects like this out there. They're all rotten piles or fully restored or attempted to be fully restored, and maybe there's full of filler. I'm not really too sure. This one is what it is. There's no hiding it. So there you have it. Let's go on the inside where there's a little bit of shade, and we can talk about these guys and how they prepared for their buying and purchasing, and they handled it perfect. Okay, so we're inside the empty garage, and so the two guys, Howard and Aaron, that came all the way from the East Coast, they bought that 57 hardtop and they bought that 56 wagon, and like we said 1,000 times before, that 56 wagon was pretty well ready. It needed a little bit of love. The 57 hardtop, they knew what they were getting themselves into. But they did a lot of planning. They brought a pile of stuff. They were accepting that the car was going to need a fair bit of time and work and effort and all that sort of stuff.
I will say they were very realistic.
They're very realistic. They understand what they're getting themselves into. But you know what happened there. So they're East Coast. Stuff rusts out there. Door handles down and all that. I mean, you guys are in I'm sure, Maine, New York, all those kind of like the Rust Belt areas. So they're in New Brunswick, which basically shares a border with Maine kind of area. So stuff just rusts, and it rusts in weird ways. And they were telling me, they had one of their buddies had like a square body cab shipped up from like Tennessee. Shipped it up, they were going to work on it, and the thing just sat outside like on blocks for like 10 years, and it just rotted. So a Tennessee rust-free square body cab sitting outside, we're not talking driven or getting whatever, it's just sitting there rotted out in 10 years just from the salt and all that in the air. So you really have to have stuff inside and kind of taken care of. So, and I've sold a few things to the guys on the East Coast, and they're always so appreciative of what we have here for rust-free stuff, which always kind of blows my mind, but that's the way it is. But there's two guys, so they accepted the fact that they got to travel if they want a car. Like they were saying, they were looking at a Tri-5, like a 2-door conversion that was just ugly, rotten, all these things. I think it said it was 15 grand or something like that, and it's just like complete garbage. Meanwhile, that's what I'm selling, running, driving cars for. So they get so much more if they come west. So they did that, and they kind of did the math, and I think they said it was $4 grand or $4,500 per car to have shipped. So now if you buy a car, you got to add $4,500 to it. Well, that's a significant amount of money. You're adding 25% or so to the cost of the car, in this case. So they thought, well, we'll fly out, we'll try and get the cars running, and every kilometer to make it closer to home, the tow gets that much cheaper, I guess. And they were saying, like, even with the flights and all the parts, like, they bought a lot of stuff. They shipped out a bunch of tools. There was definitely a lot of costs involved. I don't even want to know what it is, but probably a few grand. I mean, by the time you ship your stuff and you buy some stuff and you fly out and all those sort of things, but it's still so much cheaper than shipping the car out. Not to mention they could have come here and go, oh, this is not what I want, and learned a bit of a lesson and maybe try to resell it or do whatever they got to do. But that's all kind of stuff I've just been learning now. When you're buying and selling cars, some people have unrealistic expectations. Some people come in and it's almost like they don't want the car. They'll just offer you half the money with a question mark. It's like the Camaro's for sale and they go $8 grand question mark, and you're like, who says yes to that? Has that ever worked in a million years? I'm just like, block. I'm not even respond to that. Just, we're done with this guy. So, but there you have it. That's my experience that we've been the last kind of couple days. We actually got a lot happening in other shop we can kind of talk about here too. But buying and selling, just kind of put your money where your mouth is. Make sure you can do it. And if you snooze, you lose. I tell you, that's how you lose the cars. But same day, but I look different. I had to have a shower. It was so freaking hot. So today, I don't know if I dressed or not, but those two guys were here. Man, every video, those two guys were here because we're filming 18 things at once. But they're gone. They're out of my life. And I wish them well. And I hope we're still friends after they try and make it all the way back to Cape Breton or wherever they're from.
They were very sweet.
Car. So anyways, what I've been doing, well, I moved stuff and it's just swelteringly hot. It's like, like 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Us northerns just can't handle it. But so I brought all the stuff out. So we have the back hood is actually a keeper. That's my 57 Chevrolet hood. Fiberglass hood, steel flat hood. So that's all coming with it. When I sold this thing, I put everything that's Camaro is going with it. The exhaust, 2 sets of bumpers. These door panels are kind of junk. I went through actually what I had in the garage and tossed a few more things in the trunk, like the gas filler, e-brake stuff, all these. I don't even know what this is for. It must be holding the, maybe around the, it must be headliner around the windows and stuff. So that's all there. Just if it even looked like Camaro stuff, I tossed it in here. So I think we got it all there. The guys are coming. I think we're just going to do a little film of driving it up. So I want to just make sure this thing still runs. And we might warm it up a little bit because the guys went and got their trailer. And they were headed here. The guy calls me and goes, we forgot the winch for the trailer. And I'm like, nice. So he's like, am I turning around? Are we doing this another day? Or, is it run and drive well enough to get on the trailer? And I said, I want my money. So I'm thinking, hopefully it'll run well enough. If not, we can grab it with the tow truck and hoist it on or do whatever we got to do. Oh, where are the keys for this thing? Are they in it? They're not. Where did we put the keys? Are they inside?
Well, we'll be back.
Well, maybe there's in my toolbox here. Well, I found keys that said Camaro on them. So let's hope that is them. I'll keep my ratchet straps. These things disappear.
Did you tell them to bring a door rack?
Oh. What happened there?
The block's still there.
Oh, this is not them. Oh, maybe it is. Didn't even have to pump it. Okay, so that's good. See if there's any gas in it. Oh, license plate fell off. That's what it was. Might need just, well, it's got half a gallon. So by my math, we should be able to go 4 miles.
Gallon will do ya.
Yeah, I'll probably just back it up and maybe point it that way so they can look at it a little bit better, just in case they have a concern.
What concern could there be? This is a pristine automobile.
You know, you're starting to think like me here. It's a bit of a problem.
I'm drinking the Kool-Aid.
Drinking?
Drunk?
You're drunk. Yeah.
I
Just
drank the Kool-Aid. There we go.
Adjust my seat a little bit here. Things are just falling off in here. There's a bug in here. Ow. Well, it runs enough. I think we can let it warm up a little bit, and it should drive around onto the trailer, or 2-foot drive it, or whatever we got to do. But honestly, not terrible. What? I think that's just water, I think, isn't it?
Oh,
You're always panicked with the gas.
smell gas.
I think it's probably just, it rained.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's all wet in there. And it's probably just running out the,
Well, I just, you know.
it leaks gas one time, Danielle.
Yeah, that is water.
Yeah, so that's good. Wait for those guys. Hopefully they want everything. And that's the end of it.
And that's the end of our Camaro road.
I'd probably buy another one.
No, you don't fit.
No, you know what it is? I mean, this one, I understand it now. It's an automatic. I could drive it, I think. Could be a lot better. Definitely spring for like legit proper seats would be another situation. And also, I don't think I'd want it as racy as the black one I was building it. I think just like a bone. I'm kind of into like stock, nice driving cars now. Like, we have enough quote unquote hot rods. I mean, the black Nova is pretty racy. Once we finally change the rear gear on the Nova, like my Nova will be pretty racy. Your Nova's pretty racy. Like, how many kind of racy cars do you need? And then we have, like I said, all that stuff for a turbo kit we have for some sort of LS. I mean, that's 4 racy cars we could be built. And my favorite one to drive right now is that blue Nomad, which is like bone stock. Even my 55 Chevy's kind of like borderline racing, big, big block and all that. So I think I'm in the mood for just kind of like chill, basic cars. So that's where we're gonna leave this for now. Hopefully the guys are cool. We can maybe film a little bit as we load it and see it go away and put a little period in the end of the Camaro journey. But
The Sega of the Camaro.
I do appreciate you guys all watching. I know this was kind of a been there, done that. We just did it again, but by watching the channel, watching the ads, and supporting us, all that is, it means the world to us. And hopefully it'll mean a shop. We'll be back shortly. Well, it's evening. We still have a Camaro. So the guys ended up kind of flaking, which was unfortunate. So they ended up, they're supposed to be here this afternoon or whatever, which was fine. And then they called, had a bunch of questions, and wanted a bunch more pictures, which I was fine with, and I had taken a deposit. And then it kind of turned into, the car was good, but they were hoping for it to be better. And then they were finding out for quite a long time as I was on the phone, if they have time to build this car. So I don't know. I mean, in the ad, I clearly put in there, ready to drive, or whatever, not ready to drive, but, drive it this year with minimal amount of work as a primered Camaro. If you're looking for something that's fancy and painted and all that stuff, it will require work. And clearly I'm not trying to hide anything. It was what it was. So I sent the pictures. I have all the pictures, like it is what it is. And they just kind of, poo-pooed some of the work that was done, and but the quarters and stuff that I had actually not even done. And they really had a problem with the trunk lid, which unfortunately is the nature of the beast. The trunk lid doesn't fit, but this trunk lid didn't fit anything. It's flat and it's high here, so it needs to be tweaked and adjusted and messed with, and that's just the way it is. And I've learned that now doing that 67 Camaro. We went through 2 trunk lids and I ended up fixing the original just because aftermarket trunk lids are so bad. So I don't know, I think the guy's dad must have been a bit of a bodyman or something like that and had a lot to kind of say. And I don't know, they were convincing each other to buy it, not to buy it. It was quite the marathon. But ultimately, I think what they wanted, and the kid even said, he's like, well, I'd rather pay more for a better car. I said, yeah, if it was a better car, I wouldn't be selling it. So I don't really know what that was all about. It was actually a little enraging in the end, just because we kind of planned our day around it, and stuff like that.
Well, it wasted our time for something they clearly weren't actually interested in.
Yeah, we moved the car around. I pulled all the parts out of storage. I mean, it was in talking to him yesterday, and then again this morning, it was, we're coming with a truck and trailer, pull all the stuff out, we're excited, and then it's game time, and all of a sudden, that's just not the case. So, I mean, again, I kind of talked earlier about how I thought he was pretty good and all that. Started off great. I kept the deposit, and you know what? I used to not be a deposit guy. I used to be, your word is gold. And I tell you, over buying and selling cars recently, deposit. You have got to do a deposit. If you don't take a deposit when you're selling something, and you don't offer a deposit when you're trying to buy something, I almost don't think I'm going to take you seriously anymore. Like it's just kind of like that. So I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, they actually wanted to come late last night at it would have been 8:30, 9 o'clock. It would have been dark, which I think, you never buy a car at night, and here we are. The sun's going down by the time we finally got the phone call and whatnot. So yeah, I don't quite know what happened there. You know what? At the end of the day, though, and I think they even understand. Hey, I know how much sheet metal's on this thing. I know what a Camaro VIN number is worth, and ultimately, I think I got it priced extremely fair, if not on the low side. And there was 3 other guys that were wanting it, and this is the first guy that gave a deposit. So he had first dibs on it, and then ultimately changed. He didn't try and renege on the $500. He was 100% fine with losing it.
And he didn't try to lowball you after.
He didn't try and lowball me. He kind of started talking a little. Well, I think his old man said, well, is anybody else interested? Maybe we'll think about it for a few days. And I said, just so you know, like, there is people interested. So it is what it is. Again, I hate the fact that I think when you list something, that's your best chance. And this thing, I listed it at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I had that guy's deposit by, I think, noon or maybe even 11 o'clock. So it went pretty quick, which makes you think you're a little on the low side. But I'm also not that guy who is going to relist it for higher. So, I mean, again, as trying to be as honest as I can, I'm going to hit up the 2 guys who are interested. Just say, hey, the guy flaked, never showed up. I kept his deposit. So if you want it for $500 less, I'll honor that deal. If not, I will put her up for sale. So there you have it. I don't quite know what to say other than I really like being in the garage by myself, welding on panels, where no one can give me a bunch of attitude or waste my time, because today was definitely a bit of a schmozzle. I mean, the guys from New Brunswick were here, which is fine. I don't want to talk negative about those guys. We were all over the place with that. I was helping them out. And then I didn't start on the Chevelle because these guys were coming and I thought we'd be loading it, and I had to move all the parts and all that stuff, so it was a bit of a wasted evening. So luckily you guys get to hear me rant now, and you get to like the video and subscribe to the channel and all those good things. But there you have it. It was a bit of a shorty. I thought we'd be filming, loading it, go on, and you never know, maybe the guy would be cool and want to be, not filmed, but in the video. It's always nice. I mean, it was a father-son thing, so I love that. That's my favorite one for it to go to, is father-son. But anyways, I'll lick my wounds. We'll tuck this thing right back here, make it run and drive. Actually, it's getting pretty late. So we got to get down before we piss all the neighbors off with open headers. But thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. So it's less than 24 hours later. Car guy karma kicked in. I relisted the Camaro this morning and it was sold easy. So that was good. I knocked down $500 off the price because I got a $500 deposit. The guys came by. They were super great to deal with. And I'll get paid tomorrow. I'm actually going to drop it off for them. Everything's super close. And then I got a phone call after the car was sold that all my parts are in. So this all came from Walker Auto here. Local people always ask that. So I had this floor pan, then I had a trunk floor pan. I'm going to go back tomorrow for the trunk floor. And Reg is actually, so he's the owner. He's going to bring by on his way home because he actually lives out west from us. Quarter panels, trunk drops, wheel tubs. And he ordered fenders, doors, inner fenders. So it's on the way, and I haven't even paid him for it yet. So he's just a good guy. He's going to get the ball rolling. Because I told him I don't want to have everything all at once, so I can only have so much stuff. Anyways, so now Danny has to come help me. So the problem with these floors, they have rockers on them. So I don't want to mess them up. So I actually want to do here is I want to pull it out and have this go down, and that will stand it up. Okay. And then wheel it in. So we're not resting it on the side because that's where the...
Alright.
So really you just got to work the dolly machine, which actually someone gave us. Okay. This is not exactly how I had envisioned. Got to get it off the truck a little bit more. Yeah.
Okay. You just tell me what you want me to do.
Well, I'd like you to install this. Okay, so I'm just going to...
out of my skill set.
Just gonna tilt this down. Yep, there we go. Okay, not bad, not bad.
Why does it have to be so hot all the time?
It's very hot today. Okay, you got it? I guess it only goes one way, the wheels. Hang on. You gotta hold it so I can twist the floor. Yeah, there we go.
Hold on, let me just move. Okay, twist.
Good? Okay, so now just wheel it over that way.
I'll name you Rexy.
You're
my new dog.
Will it fit in the garage?
The bump is gonna be the...
Hang on. We got garage floor gravity working against us here. Okay. Tow it in.
Oh, we're gonna hit the 56.
Not the 56. What are we hitting?
The 56.
Nothing's touching it yet. You hit a rock. There you go. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh, they're missing all the good action.
Your top's off. Okay. So now.
This is quite heavy.
Yeah, I know. Can you pull that away? Pull the cart. Whew. I just think 3 days from now we gotta move to the other garage.
We have a system. I hope you all enjoyed just staring at the truck for a little bit.
Ooh.
Because I'm not cutting it out. There it is though.
And Reg gives us all sorts of cardboard, which is always handy. Actually, we gotta do a garbage run today. This junk's been here for too long. So he's gonna stop by and drop off quarters and stuff. This garage is gonna turn into a storage disaster right away. But I do want to work on this, but I think I need to get burnt out on the Chevelle real quick.
That's probably wise.
So we'll wait for Reggie to stop by, and yeah. Oh, I want to pull these cylinder heads out because they're good. We got some good parts here. But yeah, we'll be back shortly. And there you go, car guy karma. You know, you get bit yesterday, but today everything is just fine. Look at the delivery.
I won't even jam myself on your fender. Like
Oh, come on. So, Reg here, Walker Auto, show the van in Winnipeg, though. He's not shipping to Tennessee or South Carolina or any of those things. But, well, I guess for a price, eh? So I've been using Reg, it's got to be 20 years now. I've been buying hearts off you, so. And if you give him enough money, he'll deliver it right to your door. I think part of it is he wanted the space back in his warehouse, but so there you go. So now we have floor.
Are those
It just keeps coming.
real tubs?
Yeah, wheel tubs. We got trunk drops. And then I didn't want to jam, these are the quarter panels. So I got full GM quarters. I didn't want to drop those in the back of the truck.
That's the truck or box.
So they're gonna come, yeah. You want to tilt it upwards? Look at that. Look at that.
I want to see what's in it.
Half my car.
Yeah, it used to be, it's more than half a car I bought from him, yeah. It used to be my savings account.
My kids, Mike, that's okay. I actually get to feed my kids.
Support local, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Well, thanks for dropping it
I
off,
got
man.
big kids.
Yeah. Well, thanks for dropping them off. Save me a couple of trips.
No problem.
I'll be back tomorrow for the floor pan.
I was, yeah, we wanted, we could have gone and got it tonight, but
No.
whatever. Whatever
I
you
don't need.
buddy.
I don't need it all right. Whatever I need. Famous last words.
Hey, I've told you that before.
I know it's a problem. You're an enabler.
Hey, that's right.
I was just saying that you ordered all this stuff. I didn't even order it myself yet, but it'll be there for when I want it. The honor system.
I'm going to start stocking these floors.
You should.
Hey?
I started my own little collection. I'm going to put you out of business here. All right.
No. I'll tell you what, for the right amount of money, you don't have to put me out.
No.
You would be the proud owner of Walker Auto Parts.
Yeah. Lucky
I'll
me.
come work for you.
Oh.
Okay? And then I could actually take a paycheck.
That's good. Okay, so Reg really let the cat out of the bag. We're buying an auto parts store. No, we're not. Anyway, so there you go. Reg's the great guy. So I brought the floor back. The trunk floor is probably 3/4 as long as that, so I have to get that tomorrow.
It's weird to see it with like rockers already.
Yeah, so
Very strange.
the way it worked is like this Tri-Fi floor just has the inner rockers, and you could buy this one the same way. So, but it was more money because you buy the floor, then you had to buy inner rockers and outer rockers, and then it was like $300 or $400 more. So I was like, well, I'll just buy the whole thing. So there you go, and this is like.
I wonder what the reason why it was $300 or $400 more. It seems like too good of a deal then.
Don't tell the people that. Anyway, so that worked out good. I'm stoked on this. Yeah, we got trunk drops and wheel houses, and then the quarters. I didn't even look at them. I trust Reg. They're good, I'm sure. So these are, I don't know what brand they are. Dynacorn maybe, or Golden Star. I don't know. Oh yeah, there you go. There's one. So full quarter all the way up the side. I don't know how much I'm going to use. We'll see how it's going to fit. What the? Come on. I don't know if I'll use the whole trunk section or if maybe I'll join it along there. I don't know. We'll figure it all out. But
It smells like quarter panel.
I think that's Wuhan you smell there. But anyway, now we have to get back. I don't know what the order of the videos are on this, but that Chevelle is blown apart right now, and I didn't want to go much further because you start cutting it all apart without the parts here to see what it is. You're going to end up with a whole bunch of situations. So we have all this stuff now. We can go like full throttle. And like I said, so Reg ordered, I have fenders too I ordered. There, he's going to keep them at the warehouse, so I don't got to deal with that because I didn't want too much stuff here because body panels tend to get dinged up around here. So we got that, and I think I'm going to get brand new doors. I might get skins. I haven't quite decided yet. But I want to get everything fitting with the old doors because they fit so nice. So if everything fits nice with the old doors, then we can move ahead and go from there. But now, double exit, double bubble, double out the door. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. And dinner's 100% ready, right?
No, I haven't even started cooking.
Oh,
I'm out here working.
I'm hungry.